praying one day they'll find the missing.
State investigators have joined the search for 12-year-old RJ Davis. This is a picture of RJ, last seen walking in Chickasha. Investigators are now calling his disappearance suspicious.
RJ's Aunt Savannah did not want to show her face, but spoke with us on behalf of his mom, who was interviewing with law enforcement.
His mom's very heartbroken. She's not being able to sleep, hardly can't eat. She's crying all the time. She's going out, screaming his name, just bawling her eyes out. She just wants him back home.
Ryan Davis, or RJ, was last seen January 2nd. His mother and stepfather have now been charged with child abuse.
There is a heartbreaking, disturbing case coming straight out of Oklahoma. It has Oklahomans shaken to the core. A 12-year-old missing boy allegedly ran away from his mother and stepfather. But now, his parents, mother and stepfather, have been arrested not only for child physical abuse, but also child abuse. And I'm thinking the grandfather looks mighty fishy too. Hello, my name is Holly, and as many of you know, I live in Oklahoma, and this missing boy is big news right now in our state. In fact, there are so many Oklahomans out looking for this little boy. One thing I know about my fellow Oklahomans is that we all come together, and I know he's got a lot of help in searching, because I'm sure there's thousands searching for this little boy. Because when I had a tornado in my home, you wouldn't believe how everyone came together. Oklahomans are just good about helping each other. And I know if he can be found, we will find him. However, the whole circumstances surrounding this case is so bizarre. You need to listen to this case because, wow, so much going on in it. First, welcome to the Murder She Said, where we discuss not only breaking news cases, but also rarely told true crime. If you'd like to find me again in this big YouTube world, because a girl can get lost in here, just make sure and hit the subscribe and notification button, and I'll come right to you. Yeah. Also, my recording equipment was still in my house from the last video, so I decided it'd just be easier to record inside here instead of going back to my she shed where I usually record. So I hope you don't mind. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol issued an endangered missing advisory on January 2nd for Ryan R.J. Davis, who also goes by Ryker Cole. In this video, I'm going to refer to him as R.J. R.J. was last seen around 11:20 p.m. January 2nd on foot at 4th Street and East Grand Avenue near the Quality Inn in Chickasha, Oklahoma. R.J.'s mother is Kimberly Cole, and his stepdad is George Cole. And you're going to find out. A couple of good-for-nothings. According to Kimberly's social media, they've been married since 2015. So RJ's been putting up with this guy for a long time. Before the parents were arrested, they came on the news thanking everyone for their help in looking for RJ. Kimberly was wearing sunglasses during this interview. I don't know if it's trying to cover up the little emotion she had or not, but the whole interview was just totally bizarre. And I'm going to be taking you into that interview piece by piece as I tell this case.
I want to thank everybody that has helped, and anybody that wants to continue to help is needed and wanted. And we just want our son back home. We want him back.
Robert Lee Frederick Jr. is RJ's bio dad, but admits he has not been in this little boy's life for 8 years. According to social media, is from Anadarko, Oklahoma.
Ryker, Dad's here. Your real dad is here looking for you, and I'm out tonight looking for you. And I am going to find you, rather which way I got to go to do it.
He stated that George Cole would not allow him to see his son. I hate hearing that because I know for a fact if my children took my granddaughter away from me, I would fight with everything I had to see her again. I'd be sitting at their front door, and I've told them that it'd be a complete nightmare. I couldn't be away from her, and I can't imagine how you wouldn't fight harder for your kid. Anyway, according to his bio father, RJ did not have a phone of his own, nor was he allowed access to any phone. This boy didn't have a life. He was homeschooled. He was kept at home with these monsters all the time. He lived in a trailer on some junky property with his mother and stepfather for possibly the last 3 years, maybe more. The land belonged to the stepfather's family, apparently. The property is north of Seaman, Oklahoma, which is a little bitty tiny town. And George and Kimberly operates a horse training business on this property. and they lived in a fifth wheel trailer. As you can see, land full of junk. On social media, this horse training facility is called J&K Farms, and Kimberly can be seen on this page, playing with her puppies in the dirty floor of her trailer, cooking and riding horses, and just acting like everything's normal in this home. In fact, one video, I'm not sure if that's not RJ's shoes you can see in the video. In one particular video, her father-in-law, George Cole Sr., can be seen working on the property. Interesting fact about George Cole Sr., who's the father of George Cole Jr., his stepdad. Well, George Cole Sr. is a registered offender here in Oklahoma, and he's on the property with his grandkids.
Hey y'all, we have so much going today. Great food on the grill. Well, on the stove top. New little Mr. Turbo. Hey Turbo. Going to Papa George. Loves him. Hello. That's Striker. Prego, of course. Mr. Pig. Lady. See all this? We're making a building out of these things. Everybody's working so hard. I'm cooking them all some dinner. George, you got a fire going? You got a fire going? Everybody's working hard. Here's our new building that we're gonna have.
So George Cole Sr. is registered as living on property in Blanchard, Oklahoma, which is about 40 minutes away from his son's land. But whether he was truly living, a lot of the predators will register somewhere and not live there. He could have been living on the land with his son. I don't know. Or he could just work at his son's property a lot. Either way, I do think they need to check the land in Blanchard, Oklahoma for this little boy. And they may have already, I'm not sure. Because the grandfather, well, I'll add that there's more fishy about him, and I will tell you about it in a second. Apparently, this kind of abuse runs in the Cole family, I guess. As the saying goes, like father, like son, because the son is also being charged with sexual abuse. RJ's mom and stepdad went on the news, and they denied there was any abuse in the home when being interviewed by a local news station. Why would you even bring that up? They're searching for your missing child, and you mentioned, well, the police investigated this. There was no abuse found. Why are you bringing that up? What does that have to do with anything? That is just bizarre in itself.
I've already had DHS out and everything. Cops have already looked at him.
We were cleared by DHS. The cops have searched him. There is no abuse. There's no nothing.
And then a little bit after that interview, George and Kimberly Cole were both arrested after authorities began investigating RJ's home life and the parents' cell phone. Parents were interviewed and a search warrant was executed for the property. I'd love to see that interview. This led authorities to find evidence of harm to 12-year-old RJ. So I'm assuming video and pictures of RJ being physically abused could have been found on their phones because they were both arrested after this, or something was found inside the trailer home. Kimberly was charged with crimes against nature, which in Oklahoma can refer to bestiality, but it can also refer to non-consensual acts against a human. It is mostly used when involving or so. I don't know the details as far as what happened, but that's what she was charged with. We're unsure of the depths of horror this little boy was put through by his own mother, who looked very similar to her son. I believe a mother disgusts me the most when she is involved with abusing her child. Maybe because I'm a mother and Grammy, I was brought up by a mother that would have defended me with her life. It's the reason I find it so unimaginable and heartbreaking, and I would defend my children and grandchildren with my life. Mothers who do this or allow this to be done to their children should automatically go straight to hell, in my opinion. No excuses can be given for abusing your child. I don't care, nothing. They are innocent, and it is your responsibility as a mother to love them and give them the best you possibly can give them. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that rant, but when I research these cases, anger just sometimes really builds up, and at some point I just have to explode, and sometimes that's when I'm making a video with you guys, and then I go out off on a rant, and I apologize. I think it's just because I'm extra sensitive to the subject of sexual abuse. Many of my viewers know that I was sexually abused by my granny's neighbor when I was like 6 years old, so it's a very difficult subject, And so when I hear of a child's abuse, it's almost like I can feel their pain. The fear and helplessness, it just seems to come back for a few minutes in me. And so I guess I'm just sort of feeling what the child's feeling. And I can imagine your own family and what this little boy had to go through. It's just heartbreaking. Anyway, George Franklin Cole Jr., known as Junior Cole on his Facebook, was arrested for charges of conspiracy. A conspiracy charge in Oklahoma means a crime that involves two or more people agreeing to commit a crime and at least one of them taking an overt act to further that plan.
What I can say from the OSBI standpoint is when the Chickasha Police Department requested us to look into this case, not only was it important for us to locate this child safely, but we also needed to look into the entire aspect of this case and find out why is this child missing from the very beginning for multiple days, what's going on and what's going on with his home life, as well as we kind of dig deep and find out a little bit more into what has caused this. And based on those findings, it was important for us to talk to his parents, find out a little bit more about what was going on at home during that time. And as we looked into it, making sure that when this child is safe, that he stays safe and that he goes home to a safe environment moving forward was very important for us. And it was deemed that it was not a safe environment for him. So that's why these two parents are behind bars at this time.
This child will not be going back to that home. All we want to do is lay eyes on this child, get him the medical care that he needs, and assure him physically and emotionally he will not be returning back to that environment.
It was child abuse and then child sexual abuse that was complaints to both parents. The conspiracy, of course, is because they were, together when these crimes did occur towards this child.
OSBI says both will face multiple charges. Formal charges have not been filed yet. Could be because they're still looking for RJ. I'm not sure. The authorities did state that both mom and stepdad will be charged with abuse, so they were both involved in that. George Cole, who is known as Junior Cole on social media, posted a bizarre comment on Facebook for his arrest that said, "We are pretty sure we know where he is, but not recovered," as if he was talking about a body. I just thought that was kind of weird. An aunt has recently gone on the news and admitted to RJ being chained up and beaten with a baseball bat. The great aunt appears to have secured protective orders against both George and Kimberly. The protective orders were filed on January 5th, and it was ordered for the couple to avoid contact with her. They are also prohibited from injuring or abusing her or causing her to fear bodily injury. The Coles were also ordered to relinquish in their custody. And in the protective order, their home address is the same as the hotel where RJ was last seen, which I thought was kind of weird since they claim to live on this property out there. She apparently has let RJ stay with her in the past when he ran away, but this time he did not come to her home.
He said he wants revenge on his mom, dad, and his sister.
That's what R.J. Davis told Tina Molina, his great aunt, back on December 11th, after running away from the Quality Inn in Chickasha, where his family was living at the time.
They hit him with the baseball bat. I know for a fact that they shackle his feet, handcuff him all the way up here, and put him on a bar in their bathroom, and make him stand there so he can't go to the bathroom or do anything.
While Tina tried to help RJ, she says she was also afraid of his caregivers, and just this week filed 2 victim protective orders against them for stalking and verbal threats.
I've been wanting to turn them in for the longest time, for years, but I was afraid to because it would come back on me, and they would come after me. I just want him to come home safe and alive. That's all I want. It's killing me. It really is killing me.
Tina believes RJ is still out there alive, though, and has this message for him if he's watching.
RJ, this year at Tina, please come out. Your mom and dad's in jail. You're safe.
It seems like in this news interview that she seems more worried about what was going to happen to her if she reported this than RJ's well-being. I guess she knew everything and said nothing out of fear. I can't imagine. I love my niece and nephews too. I love them just like I do my kids, and I can't imagine not reporting this. Heck, I'd be over there trying to get him away. And imagine knowing that this little boy, you knew he was chained up. You knew he was beat with a baseball bat. And you did nothing. I definitely wouldn't come on the news and say I knew these things. If I did know them, I wouldn't be on the news saying it, because that just makes you look awful. This is not the first time RJ has tried to escape his home life. There's evidence on Kimberly's Facebook of another runaway episode just last month. There may be a lot more times he tried to run away. Kimberly stated the night he ran away from the family was at the Quality Inn Hotel in Chickasha, Oklahoma. And she alleged they were taking showers because apparently they rented a hotel room once a week to take showers since they possibly did not have any running water in that trailer. I'm assuming that's why they rented a hotel room. But he went missing right from this hotel. It makes me wonder what else occurred in this hotel room to make him run away. I don't know if it's just because it was a bigger town and he thought he could get away easier. Chickasha is quite a bit bigger than Cement, and maybe you just felt like that was a good opportunity for him, or there was just something going on with the hotel room. I'm not accusing, but I know that little kids are taking to hotel rooms to be abused by other people sometimes. We know he was at that hotel because the police have seen evidence of that on surveillance video in Chickasha. So we know that that part is true, that they were at the hotel. So remember how we just talked about George Cole Sr. being always on that property. He came to that property again. In fact, he came again today to that property. A person posted on a Facebook group called Find RJ Davis, and there were pictures that were posted of cops stopping two people from taking stuff from George and Kimberly Cole's trailer and land. And lo and behold, it was George's father, George Cole Sr., the registered. And I don't know if he was there hiding evidence or he was there taking evidence, but it seems like that man should be arrested because it's looking awful fishy for old Paul. In fact, one video I showed you, he's called Pawpaw George. It's just so nasty. All abusing this little boy. He just was living in a family of predators, and really he had no chance in this life. He had no chance. He was born into evil. Suspects are innocent until proven otherwise in the court of law. I'm not trying to get in trouble here, but Grandpa's looking fishy. He's looking fishy. You're not supposed to be on that land. And why did the cops even leave that land where someone could get back on it? Just learning that Papa was on there, either, I don't know what he's doing on that land, but it's like it being fishy. It makes me wonder if this little boy's even alive. I hate to say that. I just don't think this is looking good for the chances of finding him alive. And I hope and pray that I'm wrong. Just so sad what this little boy's had to go through probably his whole life. He just never had a chance. My heart breaks for him, and I hope they find him. The authorities, as of January 8th, thought RJ was still alive and could be found in Grady or Caddo County, but as the days linger, I'm not so sure. The OSBI asked the public to review property cameras from January 2nd to present. Investigators asked for home surveillance videos as well as doorbell business and deer cameras. To submit the footage, you either can contact the OSBI or the Chickasha Police Department, the numbers I'm going to put on the screen. If you want to keep updated on this case, you will need to check my shorts videos for updates. I'm going to add it onto my shorts. I'm going to try my best to keep everyone updated. And I do hope they find this little boy alive. I think all of Oklahoma will be devastated if they don't. But if he tried to run away several times and they were scared that he was going to tell, I'm afraid his life could be in danger. RJ, if you are hiding, please get help. I mean, right now is the prime time for you to be able to get help. On my last video, I actually told my subscribers I was going to do a child abuse ring out of Australia unless I got some breaking news on another video, and I was actually referring to this video. I was hoping that RJ would be found by now, and maybe I wouldn't have to discuss this case really. But I'm fearing the worst at this point. And so I decided to go ahead and do this case. So that's why this case is before my other case. This one just broke my heart, and I had to do it. I love you guys, and I thank you for always supporting my channel. And I will see you next time at the Murder She Shed. Do you want to tell them bye, Simon? You want to tell him bye? Max is asleep. Simon's not. He's staring at me. Say bye. See you next time at the Murder She Shed. He loves you guys too. I'm sure he does. Do you love him? Show him. Do you love him? Yes, I knew you'd say you did. He's such a sweet boy. Max is too. Max don't want to say nothing. He don't have nothing to say right now. All right. Bye, guys.
I've been waiting on you to come home. I've been calling you on the phone. I was getting worried, my heart beating fast, thinking you were in trouble as each hour passed.